Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Komorebi. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, it's on Steam. But if you want to play this game, it's on Steam. Sorry, I had to get out of that. Anyways.
Experience pivotal fragment. Another session.
Yeah. So I hung out with friends, met the rabbit guy, and also met Zero. Everybody deserves a chance to start fresh. Even Uwu. Because you're a character from the previous games. Maybe? Who knows? I had my arm chopped off. The counselor stares at me like he's unsure of what to say. Also, spoiler for videos that haven't come out yet, but he cuts your arm off to kill one guy, and then he's like, well, face the other two guys. Like, that's a disadvantage right there. Seriously, my dog. Anyways, a few sheets of paper in his hand sporadically divert his attention. I can tell he's reading the notes from our previous session, our first session. We didn't get to cover much ground, but it was still a nice experience. I was still worried we wouldn't get along, and it was a bit of a stressor. He seems nice enough. He seems nice though, and a lot of my worries were diverted.
Terribly sorry about last time. I hate cutting things short. But when our safety is on the line, I have to make some tough calls. That protest seemed pretty heated. I hope they didn't give you any trouble.
Here's the thing, wouldn't we just stay in the building instead of you evacuating us, or what? I shake my head. I had no issue getting home. I don't think the protesters want to hurt anybody. They want change. Oh, are you part of the system where you're like, I mean, you know, there's people that could be worried about what's going on, but people that are like, oh no, it's, I don't thoroughly study Antifa, but it's like, it's kind of weird. It's like, Antifa's the problem. It's like, well, is it because they're fighting fascists or what? Anyways, obviously, some would fight for that change, but no hands have been forced yet.
Interesting times we live in, Pay a group no mind, and eventually it'll grow unchecked. At this rate, the heads of August might have to get involved. But let's not worry about that right now. We're on the clock. There's a couple of things I wanted to ask you last time, so let's start there. With how calm it is outside today, I don't think we'll have any issues.
Now, I haven't been spoiled by anything besides maybe somebody could die, or somebody could say that somebody could die. I don't trust them 100%. Give him a nod. I leaned back in my chair. I really didn't need to be here, but I didn't want to lose points either. It seemed like we were in a stalemate until he cleared me as a patient. I only saw my last counselor for so long before it became my normal. With a big life change like this, I wanted to leave some of that stuff behind. If we can deem me mentally fit, then I won't have to see him anymore. That could be easy or hard, but differs from doctor to doctor. But with how we're going along, I think he can tell I'm doing well. As I've said many times before, my lack of vision has never held me back.
This one is actually a bit atypical, but I'll ask it anyway. As we've already established, you're a bit of a unique case. So, if you had the option to experience a vision, would you?
Okay, so here's the question. He says, as always, I'm a unique case, but he deals with people that, the 1% that can't see the future. Is he talking about unique case of the people that can't see the future, or just what?
I know you say you're fine without one, but this is a different angle.
Maybe he's mean unique case as in people that can't see the future, that, cares less about seeing the future?
If I could offer you a vision of your future, Would you take it? Keep in mind that you might not like what you see. Not at all.
Sure.
All right, I'll take your word for it. You're a really interesting person, you know. I like that. Most people like you crave Komorebi. To be like everybody else. I've never found any merit in that, though. Trying to be like other people only makes you forget who you are. There's a certain beauty in embracing what makes you special. There used to be a time when you couldn't do that. At least not without being judged by your peers.
I mean, here's a deep dive into my thing. I have had no cap, just being like, hey, I've seen visions of things that just kind of fade it into a far gone memory, and then it just comes to me later in life, like maybe months, years later. But unfortunately, it's not anything particularly useful, like here's the lottery number. It's just like, hey, you're in this room, these people are here, this thing happens on the television, and this very specific thing happens. And when it happens to you, it's like, it just, you gotta take a breather right then. But, yeah, unfortunately it's not particularly anything useful. Also, it's not something you can, document, because it's like, hey, it doesn't, it sticks with you, but you can't actually write it down until it happens, at which point it's like, it's kind of
Even
like...
a few generations ago, psychics were a laughingstock. But then Komorebi came along and turned the tables for everybody.
Luckily, as I've gotten older, it's gotten less prevalent over time, so yay! I don't have to worry about being, absolutely stuck where I am.
My point is that society moves on to a new fad almost every other day. Trying to stay current, trying to fit in, is generally a bad idea.
Because being stuck by, seeing the future several times just is not exactly fun,
Be yourself, Delta. Your time in the spotlight will come eventually.
I'm not unsure of what he's where he's going with this. He makes me do that a lot, doesn't he?
Regardless of your thoughts right now, in the future you may feel pressured to fit in. I try and give my patients lessons that they can use for the rest of their lives. So even if I end up clearing you as a patient, you'll be just a tad wiser.
Hopefully. When he puts it that way, it sounds kinds of cool. Just gonna print that. I may not need a therapist, but maybe I shouldn't think of him as one. He's like a mentor, an older, wiser person to teach me valuable lessons.
As I was saying, Komorebi changed the way we see almost everything. We look back on history and see prophets all the time, but we never believed them. Seers, soothsayers, fortune tellers, we see them littered throughout our past.
I don't like thinking about seeing my feet. Just never mind.
But now, it's impossible to justify our skepticism. In fact, it now seems unreasonable to deny. Who's to say that Komorebi wasn't gifted to special people in the past? These people throughout the ages could have just been the first to receive it.
I mean, it could be cursed, but let's just say it's a trial run.
Interesting take, but you could be right. We do trial runs all the time. No reason why nature can't do the same. It's just that the implications of these visions unsettled a lot of people. I'd advise you not to think of Komorebi as a gift, though. A lot of people without visions do that. They feel like they weren't worthy. That's a downward spiral, though. as I doubt we'll ever be able to prove its origins. But regardless of where it came from, we have to live with it. You seem to be doing pretty good in a world like this, though. You may not fit in, but like I said, you don't need to.
So is Komorebi, like, I think it said that no matter what happens, it happens, but I don't know. He smiles softly and places papers on the stand beside him.
I'm a bit of an outlier myself, you know. There's a reason why I counsel people like you, Delta. So when I talk about not having visions, just know that I speak from the heart. A lot of things you feel over your lifetime, I already have. Doubts, fears, depression. There's a lot that could come your way. If I can make it easier on you, then I consider all of this a success.
Whoa, he's never experienced Komorebi either? I also find it interesting that he's starting to open up to me. Until recently, it seemed like he was reciting a self-help book.
You might not experience these things for years to come. But unfortunately, we all have a crisis or two throughout our lives. When yours comes, I hope that you'll look back on these talks with an open mind.
It feels a little harsh to tell me that my life will be difficult in the future. But I guess that's the universe's fact. Nobody sails through life without issue. I thank him for he's told me, and especially for opening up to me.
No worries, Delta. This is a two-way street.
Hyena.
I may do most of the talking, but I try to mix it up. I want to talk to you, not at you. It's more personal that way. For example, now you know that I'm just like you. My advice may have seemed generic, but it came from experience, and that, as they say, is the best teacher. So I think we'll mix together well. Let's talk about that during our next session, though. We're almost off the clock. I'd hate to get cut off in the middle of something like we did last time. Just be careful out there when you leave. Could be another protest. Or even worse.
Could be Black Lives Matter out there. They's right, an hour of our session has basically flown by. It's probably a good thing, though. I wouldn't want these meetings to drag on. After thinking for some time, I decided to gather my thoughts before heading out. Boom. I gotta read some more. Balls.
Interact with each word. Upon interacting...
No. Their thoughts of corporations are shrouded mysteries. Nobody even knows who runs it, but theories are rampant. It could be the Panther that was in the first game that could survive it, or could it be the Panther from the second game? Who knows? Currently, it must be the hands of the found child or children. Could it be in the found child and children? Because it's a corporation, you know. It's been way too long to remain in the hands of just one generation. But no matter who runs it, their influences on society is clear. A world without Argus Corporation would be awful. At least that's what we think. All we can really do is speculate. Either way, the influence and power of a single corporation is immense, and they have a monopoly on almost everything, and use it to maintain order. Because, Tesla's great. Could be worse. They could use their power for nefarious purposes, as if they don't, because it's not like it's some kind of drug corporation. Not worth thinking about, though, as there are far more real issues at hand, namely the protests and the people living outside the zeros. Our system is presented as mandatory. Some people still dodge it. They have no score, no identity, no life outside the city and self-sustained colonies, and no zeros. While originally a small group, they have grown quite large. As they grow, so too does the size and scope of the cities. slowly but surely have been encroaching on their territory. So how is it that the Argus Corporation has been encroaching on Zero territory? I mean, you think that since zeros can't become non-zeros, that non-zeros, that would be kind of hard, but I guess it's kind of the 1% thing where it's like, yeah, even though these increase, these guys just get more stuff because, you know, late stage capitalism, all that stuff. Space and the integrity and their communities are more and more at risk. Some people say they deserve it, but I don't think it's so black and white. Either way, these protests aren't violent, and they aren't calling for any substantial change. Zero simply want the ability to enter a city legally and purchase what they need to live. They need this because the loss of space means they can't make enough of their own. And not only that, but they want people to live outside the city. They want people who live outside. Many people outside the city don't have a choice. If you abandon the system, you wouldn't be allowed to come back. You wouldn't be allowed to come back. Or your children, or even their children. It's like, how's the system, profit, because like, well, if people leave the system, can't come in, and the children can't come in, and there's children can't come in, how, just saying, do people just breed well in the system, or what? Or is the system kind of a negative in deficit of people? Anyways, many zeros suffer from the choices of those that came before them. These process could give them a chance to try their hands at life in society. I'm sure that they'll reach a mutual conclusion, but it's odd how involved Argus is. They have such a sway with world powers, but I guess, as people say, they did save the world. Maybe they're simply collecting what they would believe was their reward. But it's like, here's the thing. If people wanted to come back into the system, do you think the system would be like, hey, here's one arm over here, here's another arm over here. Big open arms. As long as you comply with this, this, and this. It's weird that it's like, hey, people that leave the system, here's a big middle finger right here. I can't do middle finger, but still. Anyways, day drinking.
Experience pivotal fragment. Intro speculation.
Day drinking. It sounds like that broken mirror recreate the past and you'll end up full of cuts. I'm gonna head back and take a shot. The alcohol quickly burns my throat, bitch. After a couple of coughs, I let out a noise that signals my satisfaction. Hell, can't help but feel happy as a warm feeling rises within me.
I guess Delta is a lightweight too. Looks like you have some competition, Taylor.
Oh, fuck you guy who's polluting I'm gonna have sex with. I can have sex with anybody, especially you.
Hey, it's not a competition if the victor is clear. $100 says I pass out before they do.
Money. Also, do we still have bucks?
Oh, now this is gonna be interesting.
Here, let me get the music. We need a theme song for Taylor's demise.
Hell yeah.
Wow, have some faith, dude. As if your ego needs to get any bigger. If I could afford it, my money would go right on Delta.
Hell yeah.
Wait, you can't afford it? I thought your books were bestsellers. Yeah, they were. Anyway, what do you want to hear? Y'all okay if I put on some Clays?
I would hate to be a writer because, like, I like making content because I'm hammered and stuff like that, but I'd hate to make content to be like, oh, hey, this is money on my ride. I make content because, a little bit of money, but it's mostly just like, fuck it, stuff. And also...
I could go either way.
You know, I heard he could too.
Ooh, woo.
Oh, really? He'd fit in well with us then.
Are we all bisexual or am I a guy?
Whoa, 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 speak for yourself, man. We don't all hit on everyone we see.
I mean...
Yeah, I made sure to warn my friend about that. Meeting a boozed up tailor is certainly an, experience.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
Please don't.
Always gotta ruin my fun. But go ahead, put on some clays. Not very party-like, just sitting here in silence.
Dante smiles and pulls out his phone. And the speakers in the corners of the room, the noise. It's horrible. Single connection. After a few moments of scrolling through this device, he pushes the song.
Party time?
Party time.
Party time!
Blues time. Ooh, achievement and that thing. He presses play with a wide grin on his face, and music fills the room. I want to listen to music, but I was like, I couldn't because it was like, well, what if I listened to the end of Winds of Change music? And before I actually played the game, I was like, it could be an actual negative, you know? As he grabs the bottle of vodka, resting on the table, and stands up tall.
And that means more shots!
Hell yeah. It might be noon, but we are still good because I just got off the boat-ish. He slides the shot glass across the table in my direction. Don't just the same, but Taylor's direction. Oh no. They really do want them to test our tolerance.
Prepare for trouble!
And make it double. He throws the ball in the air and catches it with a flourish.
We're making it a double.
Is this something that I just remembered, or is this just a cum joke? He walks over to me and fills up both our shot glasses with vodka. A moment later, he does the same with Taylor and tops us up. I tell him I'll do it as long as him and Dante do it too.
You have yourself a deal. 4 for you, 4 for us.
What, at the same time?
You really want us to pass out, huh? Don't think your friend would like being stood up.
We'll pace ourselves, don't worry. Remember, we're not leaving for 3 more hours.
Let's get absolutely wasted.
So you're saying drink up?
I'm surprised you haven't already.
As if that was a direct challenge, Taylor and I both take our shots. Then, in one swift motion, we slide our glasses over to Isaac and Dante. Filling them up almost immediately, Isaac then strikes a thinking pose.
We should have a toast.
To what?
Gay sex and boy kissing. Taylor's ammunition becomes clear as he wobbles slightly. Boy, you're a fucking lightweight. I mean, I don't... Yeah, I'm a wolf, and I drink a bunch, but still, I haven't drinking for a month because of work. If the earlier wager was official, I guess you're winning.
I live by many rules, but one has never let me down. Always let a rider make the toast. It's what they do best.
Hell yeah. All eyes are immediately on Dante.
Wow. No pressure or anything.
Come on, it's an honor.
It's my job. It's not a party trick, but sure. Let me think of something.
A before B after C, tops up. Him and Isaac both pick up one shot glass in unison. There's a pause before a few moments while Dante decides what to say. But after a while of thinking, he seems to give up and laugh.
You know what? This one's just from the heart. Here's to getting wasted with the people that matter.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, with the people that matter. And with any luck, that list will keep on growing.
Yee! Taylor and I hold our hands up like we're taking shots as well. We all say cheers, and they down the vodka faster than Isaac poured it. Talk about getting ahead of on the night, buzz before the supper
Speaking
time.
of which, who are we meeting? You gonna tell us who this friend of yours is?
Nope.
I'm the friend.
But honestly, I'm nervous too. I've never met him, so it's not just you.
It's weird because it's like this guy met me just recently and invited me to him and the other guy, and then he's also inviting Clace, the guy that created the entire universe.
Wait a second. You've never even met him?
Correct?
And you think I move fast with guys?
Whew.
Hey, it's not like he's a stranger, man. He's just never been in town until today. But we've been friends online for a while now. Trust me, he's good. No need to worry.
Well, if you say so. Anyone who gives me free booze is good in my books. I just thought you met him before with how much you've been saying.
Nope. Just the anxiety making you ramble. Hence all the liquid courage we just ingested. Might want to switch to rum, though. Vodka's running dry.
Rum. He shakes the bottle, an embarrassing laugh. We've already gone through a whole bottle? Isaac must have weird difference of pacing.
Rum? I'm down.
Hell
Go
yeah.
grab the cola. I think it's time to start mixing. Those straight shots are really starting to creep up on me.
Yeah, the same for me. With dramatic flair, he acts like he's passed out. Then, a moment later, his head rests on my shoulder. I laugh and exchange awkward glances with everyone else.
Or maybe you could get it from me, Delta. I fear I've gotten a bit lightheaded over here.
You boozy. Truth be told, things are kind of weird when you come off boats. Once at sea, no alcohol, all that stuff. There's been... never mind. I have no problem doing a favor for friends, so I agree. But the temptation rises within me to mess with them before I get up. Damn Tim. I think of the message I wouldn't send. You're my best friend and my lover, and my heart will go on and on. I mean, main character's boozy and I'm boozy, so, give me a break. Ramahamaran and Time Squeeze. The others look a bit surprised, but Taylor looks surprised, so incredibly happy.
I tell you not to let go, but I really wanted that cola.
No cola for you. Straight rum.
Ah, yes. The master of romance.
A lifetime of practice.
A few chuckles fill the room, and I stand up and walk to the fridge. Cola is easy to find, even amongst the booze-filled appliance. Maybe back to the table, I notice that Dante is holding the rum.
Man, I'm gonna miss this.
Dude? He sighs and shakes the bottle, swirling the liquid inside.
Well, we can always buy more. It's cheap stuff.
No, not that. I meant all of this. In general. Sitting down with your best friends, getting drunk during the day, downing shot after shot like our bodies aren't starting to hate us.
Oh, you mean youth.
Yeah, but at least we made the most of it. Couldn't have asked for a better group of friends.
Oh my god, did these guys have the thing that I have where it's like, hey, I'm gonna miss this I'm gonna miss these people when they die? Oh. It's weird when you see other people doing it.
Dude, I feel exactly the same way.
Like, it's uncomfortable to be like, hey, this could be the last time you see them before they die.
I can't even imagine what life would be like without all of you. Just the thought of it is enough to keep me up at night. And it does.
Oh? Finally confessing your feelings for all of us?
Dude, no way. It's just, we're so close now, but are we still in touch in any of your visions?
I shrug, since it's pretty obvious I've never had a vision. But the rest of them exchange worried glances with one another. They didn't have to say anything. I know exactly what they were thinking.
Oh.
Exactly. I can't get it off my mind. I think of you all as my family. But in my vision, you're not even an afterthought.
By now, Dante has fixed all of us some rum and cola. The mood of the room has taken a turn for the worse, and I stare into my glass. I'm not sure how I fit into this conversation. I'm definitely still the odd one out.
Hey, we're together now, and that's what matters. If you're constantly worried about the future, you'll never enjoy the present. We could drift apart, yeah, but no point in just moping around until it happens.
Isaac looks up from his glass with a smile.
Remember what you said about foresight in the group chat? If we know we might stop being friends, then we need to make the most of it. And I don't know about you, but I think tonight is the perfect night for that.
You know what? You're right. But why do we have to drift apart? Who says we can't be friends forever?
Fate, and quite literally.
Well then, screw fate. I won't let anything take you away from me.
I don't know if we're equipped to fight fate, man. And if well-wishing were a weapon, the world would be much better off. Let's just create some memories that we can revisit whenever we want.
Is that, kind of posting or, future absolutely sucks and now we're here?
Even when we're no longer together.
Isaac's mood almost instantly reverses as he holds up his glass.
Now there's a toast.
He adjusts our glass together, and we take a large swig.
And shame on you, Taylor. Using my own words against me? Guess it's true what they say, though. Your own advice is always better when it comes from somebody else.
We're all creatures of self-doubt, man. Can't escape that. But don't worry, Isaac. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not sure if we can beat fate. But I promise to put up one hell of a fight.
That seemed to be the perfect end of our discussion. We move on to more crucial topics. We slowly sip our drinks. Crucial topics mean our chap's gay. But this is the first time I've seen the more negative effects of Komorebi. The group of people realizing they may not be friends forever. There's something so liberating, yet so terrifying about it. It almost seemed like a rite of passage into maturity. But here I sat, with no vision to my name, and no input at all. As my new life kept going, I have no idea what the future could bring. And that thought alone was almost liberating and terrifying as the alternative. Well, we do be at that saved. Do we not have a second save? But anyways, I guess we'll do that. Buddy, so we did most of the main saves. Do we not have a, Is this our second one? No, this is our third one. It do be like that sometimes. But anyways, that's gonna be the end of this display. Hyena. I don't like playing. I like playing these games, but I also don't like playing these games because, like, how do my specific actions affect the future? The answer is I don't know. But do be like that. So, anyways, end of this Let's Play. So, comment, cause I like comments, so much like dislike tips. Always. If you like my YouTube and would like to see growth, then please subscribe. And check out if you're growing, please remember to spay your animals like control the pet population. In fun plays game, it's unseen. Whew. Sorry, yawn. And until next time, on Let's Play, or Side Play, me, GamerWolfSix of Komorebi. So thanks to you.